everything in your life looks fine. You're not in crisis. Nothing is falling apart. You have things to do, people around you, a routine that works. And yet, there's this quiet feeling, like something is missing, but you can't name what it is. You wake up, you go through your day, and somewhere underneath it all, there's a kind of emptiness. Not sadness, not pain, just absence. So the question isn't, what's wrong with your life? It's, why does it feel like something is?
It shows up in small moments. When you finish something you were working toward, and instead of feeling satisfied, you feel nothing. When you're with people, laughing, talking, but a part of you feels slightly disconnected, like you're there, but not fully. You scroll through your phone, switch between apps, look for something interesting, but nothing holds you for long. Everything feels temporary, replaceable, even the things you used to enjoy. And slowly, you begin to question yourself. Why can't I feel anything? Why does everything feel flat? Is something wrong with me? Over time, this feeling starts shaping your identity. You become someone who does things, but doesn't feel them. You move forward, but without direction. And the strange part is, from the outside, nothing seems broken, which makes the emptiness feel even harder to explain. So instead, you ignore it, distract yourself, keep moving. But it doesn't go away. It just becomes quieter and more constant.
This feeling is not a flaw. It's not a sign that something is missing in your life. It's a signal. Your brain isn't failing you. It's adapting. Because emptiness doesn't come from having too little. It often comes from having too much of the wrong kind of stimulation. Your brain isn't designed to feel everything all the time. It regulates, balances, adjusts. So when something becomes constant, it stops reacting. Not because it doesn't matter, but because it's become normal. And when everything feels normal, nothing feels meaningful. But to understand that, you need to look at how your brain actually works. Your brain is constantly managing energy. It decides what deserves attention, what deserves emotion, what deserves meaning. And it uses one core system to do this, the reward system. At the center of this system is dopamine, but not in the way most people think. Dopamine isn't just about pleasure. It's about contrast. It helps your brain notice change, difference, movement. Here's a simple mental model. Expectation, experience, comparison, feeling. Your brain doesn't measure things absolutely. It measures them relative to what it expects. So if your brain expects high stimulation, normal experiences feel flat. If your brain expects constant novelty, stability feels empty. This is called hedonic adaptation. Over time, your brain adjusts to repeated experiences. What once felt exciting becomes baseline. And once something becomes baseline, it stops creating emotional response. So if your daily life is filled with constant content, fast stimulation, quick rewards, your brain adapts. It raises the threshold for what feels meaningful. And slowly, everything below that threshold feels like nothing. That's one part. But there's another layer.
You don't fix this by chasing more stimulation. That only raises the threshold further. You fix it by changing how your brain experiences contrast. Step 1. Reduce constant input. What to do? Create small spaces with no stimulation. No phone, no music, no scrolling. Why it works? It lowers your brain's stimulation baseline, which restores sensitivity to normal experiences. Example: sitting for 5 minutes without touching your phone. At first, it feels uncomfortable. That discomfort is your brain recalibrating. Step 2. Slow down experiences. What to do? Engage in activities that unfold slowly. Walking, reading, cooking. Why it works? Slower inputs increase awareness, which strengthens emotional processing. Example: walking without headphones. You start noticing small details again. Light, sound, movement. These become new signals of engagement. Step 3. Create delayed rewards. What to do? Delay gratification intentionally. Do effort before reward. Why it works? It rebuilds the connection between effort and meaning. Your brain starts valuing the process again. Example: finishing a task before checking your phone. Now the reward feels earned, which increases emotional response. Step 4. Reintroduce novelty carefully. What to do? Add small new experiences, but not overwhelming ones. Why it works? Novelty increases dopamine, but controlled novelty prevents overstimulation. Example: trying a new route while walking. Small change. Your brain is not trying to feel everything. It's trying to detect change. Meaning doesn't come from intensity. It comes from contrast. So when your life becomes filled with constant stimulation, your brain adapts. It raises the baseline. And in doing so, it lowers your ability to feel. So the goal is not to add more. It's to remove enough so that what remains becomes noticeable again. Because emptiness is not always the absence of meaning. Sometimes it's the absence of contrast. There's nothing wrong with you. You didn't lose your ability to feel. Your brain just learned to expect more than most moments can give. And in a world that constantly offers more, that makes sense. But not everything meaningful is intense. Not everything real is loud. Some things are quiet, easy to miss. And the only way to feel them